In this video, I'll lay out the most popular neighborhoods for international travelers visiting Bangkok. I'll tell you the best places to stay in Bangkok to help you make the most out of your holiday or long-term stay. Choosing the wrong spot to stay in Bangkok can break your holiday, so it is worth investing some time in researching different neighborhoods. This guide will show you the different areas along with various accommodations around Bangkok. I'll break down the pros and cons of each neighborhood. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of selecting the district or neighborhoods that best match your lifestyle and budget. So before I start talking about the different neighborhoods in Bangkok, it really depends on what you want and your budget. Because let's be honest, in Bangkok your budget might be the only thing stopping you from living next to a palace or a ping pong show. Do you want to stay in an area close to public transportation? Or do you want to be near all the touristy attractions? Perhaps you're coming as a couple and looking for a romantic getaway, or you're a backpacker on a limited budget. Where should you go? So Bangkok is a huge city. It has its old and historic sites, as well as other modern areas with skyscrapers. Terrible traffic and the heat can be intense in most parts of the year, but do not let that deceive you. There is always a negative side to anything. Overall, Bangkok is a massive, exciting city. It is the most visited city in the world for many reasons. The city has many things to offer, and there is something for everyone, regardless of your lifestyle, taste, budget, and age. Okay, so the first neighborhood I'll talk about, or district in Bangkok, is Sukhumvit. It's named after the Sukhumvit Road, which is one of the longest roads in Thailand, possibly the longest roads in Thailand. Now, by the way, I'm not going in any particular order, nor will I cover all other districts in Bangkok, as that would take 2 or 3 hours. I'll focus on the most popular neighborhoods among international tourists, starting with Sukhumvit. You see the screen here, the green area here? It's a paradise if you're a partygoer, you're an adventure seeker, you're a shopper, you're a foodie, and you enjoy eating great Thai food, as well as other international food. There are lots of hotels. It's close to public transportation such as the BTS, making it a very convenient location, which is what this neighborhood is known for. Avoid Sukhumvit if your idea of a fun day out is not playing dodge with skyscrapers and traffic, or if you prefer smaller, secluded cities and want to live next to the beach. If that's you, you might want to avoid this neighborhood. The third type of people who might want to avoid Sukhumvit are people who want more parks and gardens. If you're into green parks and gardens, brace yourself. Sukhumvit's green is the color of the traffic light, which is usually stuck on red. So, the fourth and last type of person who might want to avoid this neighborhood is someone who doesn't want to live or stay in a touristy area. There are many tourists and expats living here. Okay, so here are some of the top attractions on Sukhumvit Road and area. Here are the top places to eat in Sukhumvit Road area. Here are my pros and cons of Sukhumvit. The restaurants here, I give them 5-star rating because there are a lot of international restaurants as well as authentic Thai restaurants in this neighborhood. The transportation is very good because it is close to the BTS. However, the traffic is terrible. So, if you're on the road during the rush hour, even not during the rush hour, it can be very busy. The nightlife is excellent here. There are a lot of nightclubs, bars and pubs, as well as Nana Plaza and Soy Cowboy. These two places make Vegas look like a sleepy town. There are many great shopping malls around here. The attractions are not too many here since it's in the middle of the city. To summarize, Sukhumvit Road is situated in the heart of Bangkok. It is a trendy and major neighborhood with close proximity to the BTS and MRT that can transport you to other major districts in the city, making this neighborhood an excellent option as your base for you to explore different attractions and getting around Bangkok. Also, it is a great neighborhood if you want the convenience and staying close to everything, such as great shopping malls, world-class restaurants, a lively nightlife, massage shops, bars, nightclubs, travel agencies, and spas. This neighborhood pretty much has everything a typical tourist wants. There is probably no other area in Bangkok that has everything catering to the tourist industry than Sukhumvit Road. You do not need to stay directly on Sukhumvit, but any one of the road that lead to Sukhumvit Road will have many accommodations for you to choose from. The next place to stay in Bangkok is Khao San Road. It's the runner-up in Bangkok's popularity contest. Khao San Road, the unofficial headquarters of backpackers, partygoers, and anyone who's ever thought, sure, I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's great for people on a budget, and those looking to network with other travelers, offering cheap and affordable accommodations. It's great for people with limited budgets, and also great if this is your first time coming to Bangkok or your first time coming to Thailand who think culture shock is more of a challenge rather than a warning. Khao San Road will be a great starting point for first-timers. There are 5 types of people who might want to avoid Khao San Road. The first type is those looking for 5-star hotels or a luxury lifestyle. They don't have that here, just 5-star parties, but there are some mid-range hotels available. The second type includes those who prefer not to stay in touristy areas, especially on Khao San Road itself. It's very touristy. Outside of Khao San Road, it's not as touristy. They are mainly Thai neighborhoods. If you want to live away from a touristy area, this might not be the best spot for you. The third type includes those seeking a quiet place to stay. Khao San Road can be very noisy at night with its many pubs and nightclubs. The fourth type includes those who prefer close proximity to mass transit, like the BTS and MRT. Khao San Road's distance makes it harder to access these, requiring reliance on taxis, tuk-tuks, boat taxis, or apps like Grab. Lastly, the fifth type includes those planning to live long-term. Khao San Road may not be ideal for extended stays. It can be fun to live in this area if you're on a budget or on a short holiday. However, if you're planning to stay long-term, this might not be the ideal spot for you. So those are the 5 types of people who might want to avoid Khao San Road. Here are my pros and cons of Khao San Road. The restaurants here offer very good selections. Getting here? It's an adventure because transportation is further away from the BTS and MRT, so I give it a 1 star, but you can still use the meter taxi, the boat taxi, or you can use your smartphone and use the Grab app to get a taxi. The traffic is so-so. The nightlife is okay depending where you are. If you're inside Khao San Road directly, the nightlife can be pretty crazy, non-stop and loud. There's not a lot of big shopping malls here, but you can find some Thai-style markets. There are a lot of attractions here since it's right next to the river. There are a lot of temples, so there are many places you can check out around this neighborhood. To give you a quick summary of Khao San Road, this is one of the most popular tourist hotspots in Thailand, not just Bangkok. Khao San Road is best known as the backpacker center of the world. It is ideal for young people or backpackers with a limited budget. If that is you, this will be the perfect spot for you. You'll have no problem finding cheap, as well as some mid-range accommodations and hotels in this neighborhood, as well as cheap street food, cheap Western restaurants, bars, pubs, nightclubs with live music, souvenir shops, and anything that caters to foreigners can be found here. Okay, so the next one on the list is Riverside. Riverside is located right next to the Chao Phraya River. This area is best for those seeking luxury hotels or a romantic retreat. It's ideal for families seeking a resort-style holiday and anyone who wants to be close to the river and other iconic landmarks. It's great for beautiful views and romantic getaways. Some of the best high-end 5-star hotels are in this area. It has a relaxing atmosphere. There's not too much traffic around this neighborhood. However, there are 4 types of people who might want to avoid the Riverside neighborhood. The first type is those on a fixed budget, as there are very few budget options here. If your wallet cries when you open it, Riverside might just turn those tears into a flood. It's upscale with a capital U. It's one of the most expensive places to stay in Bangkok is in this neighborhood. The second type includes those who love the BTS and MRT. You will miss them here, as the Riverside is further from these, making city navigation more difficult. You will need to rely on a meter taxi, motorbike taxi. The third type includes those who may find the area too touristy and prefer to avoid tourist hotspots. The last type includes those looking for nightlife activities, as this neighborhood does not offer much in that regard. So those are the 4 types of people who might want to avoid the Riverside neighborhood in Bangkok. Here are the top attractions in the Riverside neighborhood. Here are some of the top places to eat in the Riverside neighborhood. Here are my pros and cons. It has a lot of 4 to 5 star restaurants, as well as hotels here, so there's a lot of amazing food here. For the pros, you will eat like a king, and cons, you might have to pay a king's ransom for it. The transportation is not so great because you're further away from the BTS and MRT. However, you still have the taxi and other means. The traffic is okay here. Depending where you are in the neighborhood, it could be very bad, or it could be not so bad, because the Riverside is a pretty wide neighborhood. Now, the nightlife is not so great here because there's not too many nightclubs and bars. Shopping options are limited. There are few large shopping malls here. Attraction-wise, there are quite a few historic sites to check out in this neighborhood. To give you a quick summary of the Riverside neighborhood, it runs along both sides of the Chao Phraya River, which divides Bangkok in two. Along both sides of the river are some of the top 5-star hotels, as well as other iconic attractions in the city, such as the Grand Palace and the Temple of Dawn. This will be the most romantic and charming area of Bangkok, as well as one of the most expensive, catering to wealthy individuals. It is also a great spot if you are on your honeymoon or traveling as a couple seeking the most romantic area in the city, or if you are on a holiday with your family seeking a resort-style holiday. Okay, so the next place to stay in Bangkok is the Silom neighborhood. Silom is for people who want a lively nightlife, or those who think bedtime is just a suggestion. It offers an alternative to the Siam and Sukhumvit neighborhoods. The Silom neighborhood is close to large parks, such as Lumpini Park, which is great for walking and running in the city. Silom is also an excellent central location, close to public transportation including the BTS and MRT. Compared to other neighborhoods in Bangkok, Silom is relatively small, but great for nightlife, is affordable, and has excellent restaurants that offer authentic Thai and international food. Some of the city's best fine dining restaurants are in this area, which also offers a range of accommodations from budget-friendly to high-end hotels. If you take out Patpong, Silom is generally a peaceful area. Here are the two types of people who might want to avoid the Silom neighborhood. Here are some of the top attractions in the Silom area. Here are some of the top places to eat in the Silom area. To summarize, Silom is located in the financial and business area of Bangkok. You can find people dressed in business suits walking up and down the street during the daytime. Come sundown, Silom doesn't sleep, offering everything from neon-lit dinners to dance till dawn clubs. Silom is well connected by the BTS and MRT systems, enabling easy commutes around the city. As this area is in the heart of Bangkok, the traffic on the roads can be terrible up to late at night. This is something you can expect anywhere in central Bangkok, but having access to both the BTS and MRT will save you a lot of time stuck in traffic. Silom is quieter than Siam and Sukhumvit, but still bustling with bars, clubs, international restaurants, and shops. Unlike the adjacent Khao San Road, known for its backpacker community, Silom caters to a more diverse crowd. The area primarily features boutique and high-end hotels, though it also offers many budget options. Think of Silom as the slightly more sedate cousin of Siam and Sukhumvit, still partying hard but home in time for breakfast. The next one on the list is the Siam neighborhood, which is just north of Silom. The Siam neighborhood has one of the highest densities of large modern shopping malls in the country. This area is ideal for shopaholics and those seeking a central location with easy access to public transportation. It is excellent for indoor shopping with air conditioning because Bangkok heat spares no one, featuring many great international restaurants and food courts. It's perfect for families and trendy individuals, offering a vibrant city center location with easy access to public transportation. There are three types of people that might want to avoid the Siam neighborhood: budget watchers, peace seekers, and anyone allergic to the scent of new clothes. Here are some of the top attractions and dining options in the Siam neighborhood. Here are my pros and cons for the Siam neighborhood. Excellent restaurants and transportation, especially its proximity to the BTS. However, the traffic is horrible. Pretty much anywhere inside central Bangkok will have terrible traffic. The nightlife is good, and shopping is excellent. Again, it is one of the most populated areas of shopping malls in the country. To give you a quick summary of the Siam neighborhood, it is located in the commercial district of Bangkok with one of the highest densities of shopping malls in the country. You can easily walk from one shopping mall to the next and shop till you drop. It is also well connected to public transportation through the BTS and MRT. Some of the most famous shopping malls in Thailand, like Siam Paragon, MBK, and the gigantic Mall of Central World, are situated in this neighborhood. The area is liveliest during the daytime, though it also offers interesting nightlife. The next neighborhood to stay in Bangkok is Pratunam. This area is great if you're into shopping. There are still a lot of shopping malls here. The shopping malls and markets here are affordable and cater to wholesale products. If shopping were a sport, Pratunam would be the Olympic Village. Malls and markets everywhere. Pratunam is perfect for people who love big city life, penny pinchers, anyone who loves a good bargain like it's a competitive sport, and wholesale business people. It offers many affordable accommodations and diverse dining options. The shopping and accommodations are cheaper in the Pratunam neighborhood than in Siam or Silom, but it is still within walking distance to Siam. There are two types of people that might want to avoid the Pratunam neighborhood. First type, if your idea of a nightmare involves traffic jams and shoulder-rubbing crowds, Pratunam might just be your personal horror movie. Second type, if you prefer a less rundown area compared to nearby neighborhoods such as Siam and Silom, yet seek an authentic Thai experience, this neighborhood might not be for you. Here are some of the top attractions in the Pratunam area. Here are the pros and cons of living in the Pratunam neighborhood. The restaurant selections range from okay to good, and the shopping experience is excellent. Other amenities are so-so. Here is a quick summary of the Pratunam area. The Pratunam neighborhood is situated in the heart of the city of Bangkok. Therefore, you can expect it to be crowded with intense traffic. It is a hectic but active place, with lots of shopping opportunities for budget shoppers and other people looking to buy wholesale products. The products include bargain Thai brands for men and women's fashion, shoes, sport equipment, handbags, cosmetics, souvenirs, household items, and more. Remember, you can haggle with many of the shops in this area if you are buying multiple items from the same owner, which gives you more bargaining power. You cannot do much haggling inside those other big shopping malls around Siam and other shopping malls, but you can do it here. On top of that, you can find many affordable hotels, as well as cheap street food and other authentic Thai and international restaurants. Overall, the Pratunam neighborhood will offer you a more authentic Thai experience with its Thai markets, street food, and Thai brand fashions, but you are still within walking distance to Siam if you are looking for brand name fashions, more modern looking malls, or something more upscale. The next area where you might stay in Bangkok is called Ratchadaphisek, highlighted here in yellow. It is one of the biggest districts in Bangkok, located north of Pratunam and also north from the Suvarnabhumi Airport. This area, Ratchadaphisek, is for adventure seekers where the wild things are, like traffic, and the occasional street market mystery dish. There aren't too many places that cater to tourists, but it has a lot of affordable nightlife. If you're looking for an authentic Thai neighborhood with few foreigners, Ratchadaphisek is ideal. It's also great if you're into other Thai entertainment. You can find many authentic Thai restaurants, clubs, karaoke bars, cinemas, and markets in this area. There are three types of people whom I can think of who might want to avoid this neighborhood. If you don't want to live in big, crowded cities with terrible traffic, you might want to avoid this area. If you want to live in a neighborhood with many Western amenities, or you want to live inside an expat community with many other foreign travelers, and Starbucks on every corner, this neighborhood might not be your cup of tea. People who should avoid this neighborhood include those who may not live near public transportation, making it harder to move around. So, if your idea of a fun day doesn't include a marathon walk or a wild tuk-tuk ride, you might want to think twice. Here are the top attractions and dining options in the Ratchadaphisek neighborhood. In summary, the Ratchadaphisek neighborhood, also known as Ratchada, is located just north of Sukhumvit Road. After the completion of the subway line, the Ratchadaphisek MRT station, the neighborhood became a hotspot for nightlife, pubs, bars, and other entertainment venues. Although it mainly caters to locals, not foreigners, Unlike the night scenes in the Sukhumvit Road area, this area doesn't have a lot of foreigners. The nightlife here lacks the touristy vibe, although you will find some tourists from Japan or Korea, as well as a few other Westerners traveling around here. So overall, don't expect too much in this area other than eating Thai food and going to Thai clubs at 2 a.m., singing karaoke with the locals. Here are my pros and cons of this neighborhood. The restaurants are okay, mainly Thai restaurants, but you can find some Western restaurants too. The transportation is okay, depending where you live. If you live closer to the west side of the neighborhood, you're closer to the MRT line. The traffic is terrible because it's located in central Bangkok. The nightlife is good if you like Thai-style nightlife. Shopping is also good if you like Thai-style or Thai brands. There are not many attractions here. Next up, the Suvarnabhumi Airport neighborhood. No, not sleeping on those comfy airport benches, but sleeping on actual beds just a few blocks away. The Suvarnabhumi Airport neighborhood would be great for people who have a limited amount of time to do anything while on an extended layover. Those who want to avoid city traffic, anyone who needs a place to stay overnight near the airport, or anyone who has a long layover and doesn't want to wait or sleep at the airport benches. This would be a great spot for you. There are 4 types of people who should steer clear of the Suvarnabhumi Airport neighborhood. If you love long commutes and despise convenience, this place is your nemesis. Here are my pros and cons of the Suvarnabhumi Airport neighborhood. The restaurants are okay, transportation is accessible if you live next to the railway link system, giving you access to the MRT and BTS. However, beyond that, you will need your own transportation or take a taxi. The traffic is also pretty bad, even though it's outside central Bangkok. The nightlife is mainly Thai nightlife. Shopping options are limited as there's only one big shopping mall in this area, and there's not a whole lot of other things to do. In summary, this neighborhood is best suited for those with limited time. It's where most travelers stay after a long flight or while waiting for their next flight. It's so far from the action, you'll need a packed lunch just to get to the city center. On top of that, there is not much to see or do. Next, I'll discuss the Mueang Airport neighborhood, located in the northern part of Bangkok. Like Suvarnabhumi, the Mueang Airport neighborhood is ideal for those on brief layovers. So, if you have a long layover, you might want to stay in one of the hotels next to the airport because you don't want to wait or sleep inside the airport. Beyond that, there's little else to do here. It's mainly an authentic Thai neighborhood because very few tourists live here. You may see some tourists around here because it's next to the airport. There are 4 types of people who might want to avoid this neighborhood. The pros and cons of the Mueang Airport neighborhood include: the restaurants are okay. Let's just say the culinary scene here won't gain you any weight. Transportation is adequate, but the traffic is pretty bad. It's not central Bangkok, but it's still pretty heavy traffic. There's almost no nightlife here. Shopping is limited. Not a lot of major big malls around this area, and attraction-wise, there's not a lot of attractions at all, unless you count plane spotting as an attraction. Here, the most exciting event might just be watching luggage carts race down the tarmac. This neighborhood is good only if you don't want to stay inside the airport while waiting for your next flight. After the Mueang Airport neighborhood is time for the next neighborhood. Chatuchak is named after the famous Chatuchak weekend market, located at the southern end of this area. The Chatuchak district, or neighborhood, caters primarily to locals with few Western amenities, making it ideal for adventure seekers who prefer less touristy areas. Home to the biggest and most well-known outdoor market in Asia, the Chatuchak Weekend Market, this area offers everything from handmade crafts to local foods. There are 4 types of people who may not want to live in this area. So, my pros and cons of the Chatuchak area are as follows. The restaurants are okay. There are not many Western options available. Transportation varies across the neighborhood. Living next to the MRT line provides convenient access to the MRT and BTS, or you can opt for meter taxis. Like much of Bangkok, the traffic here can be pretty bad. Nightlife here is predominantly Thai, featuring local pubs and bars with few Western-style nightlife spots. Shopping-wise, they have a few big shopping malls, such as the Union Mall, which is the yellow building. and across the street from that is the Lad Prao Central Festival Mall. There are some attractions here, but not too many. Here are some of the top attractions in the Chatuchak neighborhood. The next one on the list of where to stay in Bangkok, or the best places to stay in Bangkok, would be Chinatown. So Chinatown would be right here. The Chinatown neighborhood in Bangkok is for people on a budget, backpackers, or anyone who wants to experience a unique, lively Thai neighborhood with busy street life. It's known for great and cheap street food, excellent Chinese and Thai restaurants, and has a vibrant street life. So, there are 4 types of people who may want to avoid Chinatown. Here are my pros and cons of Chinatown in Bangkok. The restaurants offer a lot of authentic Thai and Chinese food, including lots of dim sum. Transportation is manageable near the MRT station, but further away, you'll need to rely on taxis or the Grab app. The traffic is pretty bad because you're inside central Bangkok. The nightlife isn't extensive in terms of bars and pubs. However, nightlife here means eating street food so late it's practically breakfast. As for shopping, there are Thai-style markets and vendors here, so there's a lot of that. I think if you're looking for places to take photos, it's very unique because it has a lot of Chinese influence, hence the name Chinatown. So bring some cameras or your smartphone. There are a lot of great opportunities to take pictures in this area. The next area to consider is Sathorn, located south of Chinatown and Silom. The Sathorn neighborhood is primarily for business travelers or anyone who wants to stay in central Bangkok long term. It's also ideal for those seeking a trendy, centrally located neighborhood that's less touristy than places like Khao San Road, Sukhumvit Road, and Siam. So anyone seeking an alternative to Silom, Siam, and Sukhumvit but still wants to live close to those neighborhoods will find there is an increasing expat community and other travelers in this area. This neighborhood may not suit those who prefer smaller, quieter cities or coastal living. So, if that's you, you might want to avoid this neighborhood or pretty much avoid Bangkok altogether. So to give you a summary of the Sathorn neighborhood, it is another central neighborhood of Bangkok. It is known to be the city's central business district with lively streets. The neighborhood is located close to Sukhumvit, Silom, Siam, and has access to both the BTS and MRT. Since this is another central area, it's expected to be busy during the daytime. You also find many boutique hotels similar to what you'll find in Sukhumvit and other trendy areas. Here are my pros and cons of the Sathorn neighborhood. Good restaurants here, both authentic Thai and other international restaurants. Transportations, you have access to the river, to the boat taxi here, and the BTS to the north, so the location and transportation system is very good here. The traffic, again, since your central Bangkok is going to be terrible, you could write a novel while waiting for the light to change. The nightlife is okay to good. Shopping because you're close to Siam and to Sukhumvit, so you can hop on a taxi or the MRT, BTS, and check out the malls there. There are some attractions here. If you've made it this far without booking a flight to Bangkok, what are you waiting for? An invitation signed by the city itself? Hit that like button harder than Bangkok's street vendors hit their sales targets. Also, check out my other videos about where to stay in Chiang Mai, where to stay in Phuket, and also check out my free ebook. It's in the description below. Now, if you like my videos and think this is informative, check out my Patreon, check out my exclusive content there. Also, leave a comment if you think I missed any other neighborhoods that you would like to see.